Hello students, welcome to my channel. So students, today I came with a very interesting and the important topic of general organic chemistry, that is the inductive effect. So inductive effect, students, I have divided this video lecture into two parts. In the first part we will study about the inductive effect, that what actually the inductive effect is, and we will see the types of the inductive effect. In the next part of this inductive effect we will study about the applications, that where we can apply this inductive effect. So basically students, this inductive effect, it is one of the governing factor for in the reaction mechanism. Means if we want to know the mechanism of the chemical reaction, organic reactions, for that we need to study about that inductive effect also. It is one of the factor that affects the reaction mechanism. So now let us start with the inductive effect. Let us see what actually the inductive effect is. We will try to understand this inductive effect in a very simple way. Okay. Now let us start, students. So this inductive effect, first of all students, I would like to tell you the features of this inductive effect, then we will come for the definition of it. Right. Now this inductive effect, the things that you need to keep in the mind before studying this, the first point says that the electronegative atom is must in the inductive effect. Okay, means there should be electronegative atom present. Okay, inductive effect. You can say that the electronegative atom, it is the driving force for this inductive effect. Secondly, it operates in a sigma bond containing organic compound. Right, these two factors, first is what? The first thing is there should be electronegative atom present, because without electronegative atom or without the electronegativity, this effect will not be there. Okay, for that there should be the presence of electronegative atom. And the secondly, that it operates in a sigma bond. Sigma bond means that is a single bond. Okay, it is also known as what? It is also known as polarization effect. Okay, this is also known as what? Polarization effect. Polarization effect means what? As I told you, students, that this electronegative atom must be there. For example, if I am taking C and Cl, right? This C and Cl, you know, Cl is more electronegative. Being a more electronegative, it will pull the electrons from this carbon atom, right? So here it will be what? Del negative, and here it will be what? Del positive. Because this is taking the electron and this is donating the electron, right? It is withdrawing from this carbon and carbon is donating the electron to this chlorine. For that there is a development of what? Charges. Okay, this is a polarization. Means this bond has become what? Polar. So that is why it is known as what? Polarization effect. Okay. Now, it is also known as transmission effect. Why it is known as transmission effect? Because students, we are calling this inductive effect as a transmission effect because it is transmitted along a carbon chain, right? For example, if I have a chain of 4 carbon atom, right? With this 4 carbon atom, as I told you in the first point itself, this is very important, and this is also very important, that there should be the presence of what? Electronegative atom. I have taken chlorine. Now this is more electronegative. What will happen? It will pull the electron. It will get what? Del negative. It will get what? Del positive. Right. Now this has become del positive. You know that the carbon is a neutral atom. It wants to be in the neutral state only. It doesn't want to have the positive charge. It doesn't want to have a negative charge. If it is having the positive charge or the negative charge, means what? That is unstable and it needs to be stabilized, right? Now if it is having the positive charge, means it shows what? Electron deficiency. Always remember, students, that the positive charge means what? that is electron deficiency. So now it is deficient of electron, this carbon atom. It needs the electron. From where it can get the electron? It will take the electron from the nearby carbon atom, right? Now this carbon atom will donate the electron. When this carbon atom is donating the electron, it will acquire what? Double del positive, right? I am just numbering this carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now this is the first carbon, second, third and the fourth carbon. Now this is again, it has become what? Del 2 positive, right? Now this is also electron deficient. What it will do? To stabilize itself, it will ask this carbon to give the electron. Now this carbon is going to donate the electron to the carbon number 2. Now when it donates the electron, what will happen? Again the electron will move towards this carbon to neutralize the positive charge of this carbon. Now for this, it will be what? Del 3 plus, right? And the so on, it will also give, so it will be what? Del 4 plus. So now students, you are seeing here that this, due to this only, electronegative atom, as I told you that this electronegative atom is the driving force. If this electronegative atom is present over here, that's why this effect is coming into operation. If suppose this electronegative atom is not there, means there is no effect. So this is the main driving force, and due to which there is a polarization of the bond, that is a CCl bond, because there is a difference in the electronegativity of this carbon and the chlorine. Chlorine is having the electronegativity of around 3, right? And this carbon is around 2.1. So there is a difference of electronegativity. That is why this bond has become what? Polar. And due to this electronegative atom, these all carbon atoms are acquiring what? Positive charge. So this inductive effect is transmitted along the carbon change. So that is why it is said to be what? Transmission effect. Correct? Next point says that it is a permanent effect. It is a permanent effect. Now, why we are calling it as a permanent effect, students? We are calling this as a permanent effect. Why? Because the charge that is being induced in all the carbon atoms and all this carbon atom and the chlorine, that is, they are of permanent nature. It is not that the coming and going of the reagent will change the charge. Okay, the charge has been developed, that is of permanent nature. It is not affected by any reagent. Okay, so that is why it is said to be what? Permanent effect. Okay, see this inductive effect, student, that comes under the electronic effect. Okay, and you know this is the permanent effect, and there are the two, that is the temporary effect also. One is the electromeric effect and another one is the inductomeric effect. Those two are that is a temporary effect. Later on we will study that also. Okay, so now you have to remember that this inductive effect is the permanent effect, right? Now, so you have seen all these, that it is known as the polarization effect, it is said to be the transmission effect, and it is said to be the permanent effect. And as I told you, it operates only in the sigma bond containing organic compound. Sigma bond means that is a single bond, right? And electronegative atom is the must in the inductive effect, or you can say electronegative atom plays a crucial role, okay, in the inductive effect, right? Now let us see the definition. We have known that these are the, what we say, these are the features, or you can say the characteristics of the inductive effect. Now we will see the definition of it after going through all these points, right? So this is very important topic, students. Just focus here, and I will tell you in the most simple way so that you can remember it. So we will just now see the definition, and definition also we will see with the example. Okay. Now, if you want to know the definition of this inductive effect, it is said movement of a sigma bonded electrons towards more electronegative atoms. So inductive effect means what? Movement of a sigma bonded electrons towards what? more electronegative atom. As I have told you that the electronegative atom, that is the primary criteria, or you can say that is the absolute necessity for this inductive effect. Secondly, that it operates in a sigma bonded compound, and you know the electrons that are present on a sigma bond, they are known as what? Sigma bonded electrons, right? So it is what? Movement of a sigma bonded electrons to what? More electronegative atom, right? Now let us see with the one example of this, how we have came with this definition. Suppose these two atoms I have taken, right? And I am assuming that the B is more electronegative than A, right? B is more electronegative than A. Then if B is more electronegative, what it will do? It will attract the electrons from A. It will take the electrons. Now if the electrons have been given to B being more electronegative, this will acquire what? Del minus, and this will acquire what? Del plus. Means this has, you can say, withdrawing electron withdrawing group. We can say this because it has withdrawn the electron. So simply we can say that this is what? More electronegative, so it comes under what? Electron withdrawing group. And this has donated the electron. This has donated the electron, so this we can say electron donating group. Clear? Now, as there is a movement of electron, where? Movement of what? Sigma bonded electrons. So this is a sigma bond, A and B. In between A and B there is a single bond, and that single bond we call it as a sigma bond, and the electrons present in that sigma bond, they are known as what? Sigma electrons, or the sigma bonded electrons. So that is what I have written here, inductive effect, the definition of it. Hope it is very much clear to you with this example, right? Now, in this inductive effect, you need to keep in mind, you have to remember this, that inductive effect operates only up to 4 carbon chain. Okay, only the 4 carbon chain, or you can say 4 carbon atoms. Okay, after which the effect nullifies, means there the inductive effect is no longer acting there. Only up to 4 carbon atom, right? Now already I have told you this example. Suppose I have this one. As you know, this is the more electronegative atom, chlorine. It will pull the electron, del plus, del minus. Here it will be what? Del plus, triple del plus, 4 del plus. Means only up to 4 carbon atom this effect is applicable. If you are exceeding the carbon atom, means as the carbon number increases here, the effect will not be applicable. Means which effect? I am talking about the inductive effect. It will not come into operation if the number of carbon atom is more than 4. Only it is applicable up to 4 carbon atom, right? Now one thing I will tell you here, student. See, this is the 4 carbon atom. Very peculiar thing, right? That you have to remember. Now see, this carbon atom, this is, if you want to know the electronegativity, if I want to arrange this all carbon atoms in terms of their electronegativity, how we can arrange it? Now the thing is, you will say that, sir, all the carbon atoms are having the same electronegativity value. That is correct. Okay, that is correct one. But based on this structure what I have written, okay, so based on that I will arrange this all carbon atom according to their electronegativity, and I will tell you the reason why I have chosen that. Now see, this carbon atom, it is acquiring a del positive charge, right? Now this carbon atom, to neutralize its del positive charge, the positive charge you can say on this carbon number 1, it is taking the electrons from where? Carbon number 2nd, right? It is withdrawing the electrons from this carbon number 2nd. So on, this carbon number 2nd, it is again withdrawing the electron to neutralize its positive charge from carbon number 3. Okay, from where it is getting the electrons? C2, carbon number 2, that is from carbon number 3. Now again, this carbon number 3 is from where it is getting the electrons to neutralize its positive charge, that is from carbon number 4. So by seeing this, by observing this, I can say here that I can arrange this electronegativity, that I can say C1 is more electronegative than C2 because it is pulling the electrons from C2, right? So C1 is more than C2. Now again C2 and C3. Between C2 and C3, which is more electronegative? This C2 means it is more than C3. Again it comes C4. Means C4 is the least electronegative. If I am arranging this, all the carbon atoms in terms of their electronegativity order, C4 will come at the last. Why? Because you know here, because carbon number 1 is withdrawing the electron from this carbon number second. This carbon number second, in turn, it will pull the electron from carbon number 3. This carbon number 3 is pulling the electron from carbon number 4. So this is the electronegativity order of all the carbon atom. And why we have written like this? Okay, because all these carbon atoms being the same electronegative, they have the same electronegative value. Okay, electronegativity value is same. But due to this chlorine, this is the main thing, the electronegative atom. Okay, because of this only we came to this conclusion. Okay, because of this electronegative atom chlorine. That's why I told you in the starting, students, that the electronegative atom, it is playing a crucial role, and that is the driving force, you can say, for this inductive effect. Without electronegative atom, there is no inductive effect. Okay, and because of this chlorine atom, we are able to write this order of these carbon atoms. We have arranged this in their electronegativity increasing order, right? So because of this only. So that is why I told you that this is the most important thing to remember, that the chlorine atom or any electronegative atom which is present, and that too in the carbon chain. It should be in the carbon chain, and it will be, this effect operates only up to the 4 carbon chain. After that the effect is nullified. Now depending upon, coming to the types of inductive effect, students, hope you have understood this. Now we will see the types of inductive effect. What are the types of inductive effect? So based on the type, now coming to the types of inductive effect. So based on the electron donating and electron withdrawing ability, it is classified into 2 types. It is classified into what? 2 types. First one is what? Plus I effect. Okay. Plus I. Plus I are those which are electron donating in nature. Plus I effect, which kind of group they will give? Which are electron donating in nature. For example, you can write here electron donating or releasing groups gives plus I effect. Example what? Example will be alkyl group. It may be the primary alkyl, secondary alkyl, tertiary alkyl, okay, like that, all the alkyl groups. But here you need to understand one thing, that the magnitude of the plus I effect, it will increase as the number of carbon atom increases. It will increase as the number of carbon atom increases. For example, if I say CH3, CH2, CH3, this is the ethyl, this is the methyl. Both are the electron donating group. Both will give you show the plus I effect. But if you ask which is the bigger one, whose magnitude is more, so this one will be, the magnitude of plus I effect will be more in this case. Why? Because it has a 2 carbon atom, and here we have only 1 carbon atom. So that is why I am telling you, the magnitude of the plus I effect will increase as the number of carbon increases in the alkyl group. Right? Next is the minus I effect. Minus I effect, which kind of groups they will show the minus I effect? That is that they are electron withdrawing groups. Electron withdrawing groups gives or shows minus I effect. Okay, what kind of groups? That is the electron withdrawing groups. Example, for example, if I say NO2, this is NO2 will give you what? Minus I effect. For example, CN, again it will give you what? Minus I. For example, SO3H, minus I. COOH, minus I. Now, how you will identify this? The simple trick to identify that the group is belonging to minus I or the plus I. Plus I, you know, that is all alkyl groups, primary, secondary, tertiary, whatsoever, right? Minus I, for identifying the minus I group, the electron withdrawing group, just check the electronegative, that the electronegative atom is there or not. In that particular group, there must be the presence of one electronegative atom. You see here we have the two electronegative, that is the nitrogen as well as the oxygen. Here when you see, here we have the nitrogen. Here you will see that there is the oxygen. Here also two oxygen. So means in total I can say that the electronegative atom must be there in the group. Any group if there is that is been composed of the electronegative atom, that will give you what? Minus I. And these comes under what? Electron withdrawing groups. So this is all the types of the inductive effect, that is the plus I effect or the minus I effect. And these are the examples. One last thing, students, you need to write in the important point that the magnitude of inductive effect decreases as we move away from the group causing it. Very important point, students, that the magnitude of the inductive effect decreases as we move away from the group causing it. You know what type of group cause the inductive effect? That is the electronegative atom. Okay, now already I have given you this example, already I have given you, right? Already I have given you. Means the magnitude of the inductive effect is decreasing like this. Because we are going away from the group causing it. What I have made you to write, group causing it, that is the electronegative atom. As we move away from this electronegative atom, the magnitude of the inductive effect will decrease. Always remember, very important point, student, that the magnitude of the inductive effect will decrease as we move away from the electronegative atom. And that electronegative atom is the cause of what? Inductive effect, right? So this is the part 1 of this inductive effect, students. Hope you have understood the concept of it, that what is inductive effect, what are the types of inductive effect along with the examples of it. So in the next video lecture, that is the part 2 of the inductive effect, we will study about the applications, that where we can apply the inductive effect, okay, where it is applicable. So if you like my lecture, students, do like it, share and subscribe my channel, okay, so that I can make much more important video lectures for you for the much more important topics of it. Okay, so for today, thank you very much.